Hi friends, today I'm going to do a box opening review and test of some brand new colored pencils I've never even heard of that were recommended to me, and I'm very excited. It is the Uni colored pencil 100 color Mitsubishi set. There are again 100 pencils. The price on Amazon was $120. They're very high rated. They consist of a Mitsubishi proprietary special wax blend that is sort of their own formula that's not supposed to cause any blooming or anything like that, and they get very good reviews, so I'm excited to try them. And the case is so big I can't even get it in the camera. You can see how thick it is here. I do that, and it's like a wooden case, so it's really heavy. So I'm gonna open this up right now, and we are going to take a look. I'm going to need a way to cut this. Hold on a sec. All right, so we're gonna open this and take it out. It's a heavy, really nice case. Oh my gosh. Comes completely wrapped in plastic. Really nice standard. You can see the shine on the shine from my camera there. We're gonna open this up, and I paused the video and brought this out to my kitchen table because I was not able to get the plastic off without scissors, and I wasn't able to fit the whole thing in my camera. I measured it with my tape measure. This inside case is about 15 inches wide. So it's pretty big and hefty, and it is heavy. It's really heavy. And it's a little bit hard. It has a gorgeous little label here. And it's very unusual as far as I'm doing this while holding my phone in my hand. But I had to put it on my other table so I can hold my camera way up here so you can see it. There's kind of an unusual way. And here's all the names of all the colors and numbers. There's an unusual way that you do these pencils, which I found odd. You actually pull it this way until it stands up. So it stands up like this, and the pencil stand, and it took me a while to figure it out, but you basically use your finger and pull forward. So, oh look, and you know, it's individual by like 3. It's really kind of weird. I'm not sure if I will keep it in this. I'm probably still gonna get my pencil case, but in the case you don't have a pencil case, it is pretty convenient. I mean, it's kind of genius. I've never quite seen this style for pencils. I have a few out because I'm testing them for the other video. So yeah, you can pull what you want, push it back in, they stay. Kind of weird, but it's pretty neat. Oh, and I did see they have a couple of different whites here, which is nice. And then when you close it, you can close it like that. It stands, and lay it flat. So I think they're on sale this weekend from when I bought them last week, which is kind of annoying, but I will link it below and we'll continue the testing and review. Okay, so I've taken out 5 greens. This is what they look like. They have a name: sap green, yellow green, moss green, grass green, forest green, and numbers. They're mildly flat. They're nice, chunky. They feel very much like a polychromos. The style, the weight, the nice round shape. I have here my Jar Link pencil sharpener, which I'll link below. This is no joke. You'll see if you look at some of my older videos 2 years ago, I've been using this for 2 years. It is rechargeable. There. You plug it into like your iPhone charger. I lost the charger. I've only charged this once when I first got it. No idea what happened to it. Don't even know what it looks like. It has not died. It has been 2 years. This is not a joke. 2 years. God's honest truth. Like, I really hold its charge. Now, I don't do pencil work more than a couple pictures a month, but I'm telling you, it really stands out. So we're gonna Nice point I got on there. All right. I have it on the number 1 setting. You have to keep your pressure down so it will stop when it's at the right sharpness. This may not be the best pencil choice, the best pencils for them, but they're all, I mean, yeah, I've used, honestly, all other than pastel pencils, I've used all my pencils with this sharpener. If you have a pencil tip that's prone to crumbling, like a pastel pencil, you might want to use a handheld sharpener. All right, so we're going to color in Hannah Carlzan's class, which is one of the books I've decided I'm going to complete all of. I did this one with my Brute Pruner pencils, a demo for y'all on here last year. Let's find something that might have some green in it. There's really no leaves in this entire book, so I'm going to do a present in the green, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. And Hannah Carlzan's books have pretty good paper. This isn't quite as toothy as her main book paper. This is a book made for kids, but I love it because I love the pictures. They're simple, but still too detailed for kids, and they make me happy to look at and are easy to complete. So I'm going to take my darkest green, and I'm going to, what's my strategy here? I'm going to start on the bottom. Now, as you know, different pencils will work differently with different papers. I'm using a very light feathery touch here. It feels very smooth. It's not scraping, and it's definitely not crumbling. I'm going to do the same up here. Feels really nice. Gosh, this reminds me a little of a, I don't know, it's like a cross between a polychromos and like a Sucolor, which are some of my favorites. The Sucolor is my favorite, but not hard as rock like a Holbein. Now keep in mind, paper has a lot to do with it. I'm going to go back over yet, give it a little more dark. It's taking more color. I'm just keeping that kind of light. I'm going to get the next darkest color down, and I'm going to go over this, blend it into this one, and then go up a little. See if we can cover our colors. I'm doing a little more pressure here. Soft, but with pressure at the same time. Gonna fill in some of this color here. Ooh, I like it. Compared to like a $500 to $700 set of Holbeins, pretty sure this is a good price. And it's gotten good reviews. I mean, people can be pencil snobs as far as they only like this, they only like that. Everything is bad except for this. But honestly, I've used so many different pencils and so many different brands and sets. There's not a gigantic variety. Certainly we have our preferences. We get used to certain feels and certain papers, but in the end, if you have the technique down and how to use certain techniques on certain papers, you can make any pencil work. And that's my opinion and experience. That's gorgeous. All right, I'm gonna pick another one. It's a little less dark. We're gonna blend in the rest here up to her hand. Wow, it's really soft. Not soft like crumble soft, I mean like feathery and just dusty, like feather dust. Like it's just very like fluffy. Fluffy is the word it's making me think of when you put down the color. It's fluffy. Now I did not swatch these greens. I don't know if these are good greens to go together. I just kind of eyeballed 5 colors, darkest to lightest. This might not be the best combo right here. just bringing this down a little, and I'm gonna put down a little heavier layer and go over these other two colors here. I'm going a little harder now. And I'm gonna go back over that with dark a little later. I have 2 colors left. We're gonna bring up, this isn't quite our lightest yet. I'm gonna bring this up from her hand just a little. Probably didn't leave quite enough space. I'm gonna do a very light coating here, but make it look like you can see through a little. And then I'm gonna take this lightest green and fill in the middle. I'm gonna start out light pressure. You could also do a white in that center there, but I like this. It's almost like a lime color to it with a little yellow tint. Ooh, it's blending nice. So far so good. I should test these on some Amazon paper next. I'm going to try to mix a little bit of that yellowish into here. What I'm going to do is go back to my darkest original color. I'm going to go back up here and darken it a little where we started at the top. See? It's still taking more color. It's laying down more color for sure. Look at that. Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm very surprised. It's taking layer after layer. I'm taking the next lightest. I'm going to blend in that one. I'm putting more pressure down to kind of give it more pigment. Still taking color. I'm going to, in a minute, finish this present off camera. I'll pause it, finish this, and then I'll continue the video so you can see how it looked. And then we'll go and test on a different paper. I'm getting that third color now. We're doing it darker. Now you can keep it at a lighter touch like I had it. You don't have to really get in there and make it darker, but I just want to test that out. Get some blending going on here. Getting the second to last. That's still taking it. It's getting a little harder. Like the more layers you get, you have to really kind of get in there and push a little. This would look really good with a colored pencil blender. Do I have one here? I have one here. I have to pause this and grab it. Don't know if that'll work with these. I'm just going to do that layers real hard in the middle, real hard. Wow. Me lucky, honey. Okay. I'm such a weirdo. Gonna get that darker one again, get more color in here. Wow, it's still taking it. I'm gonna grab a colored pencil blender. I'm going to continue this present on pause, and you'll see what I did in just a few seconds, which for me might be more like an hour. All right. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, so I finished the present. I did use my first time using this Prisma Spectrum Noir blending stump. I don't know that I like the look of it. It made a lot of difference, if I even did that right, because I've never used it. I'm going to actually do the ribbon next. I'm going to zoom in, but you can see it left a little bit of, it made actually more, I didn't use it here, but I did use it over here, and it's like it, I don't know, I don't feel like it really made a difference. If anything, the blending stump scratched it a little, but I have here 3 different purples and a white. We're going to test out on the ribbon next. And on this side, I went heavier pressure from the beginning. When you go heavier pressure from the beginning, not like super heavy, but medium, you're more likely to get the scratchiness. But by scratchiness, I mean the non-even blending. Now, the 4 greens I had, they're quite, I didn't swatch it, so it's probably not the best darkest to lightest combo, because this had too much yellow in it to be like the second color, blah, blah, blah. But, and the blending stump scratched it a little, so I don't know that I like that blending stump. But I really liked the first. So what you want to do is light layer, light layer, light layer, kind of like what you would do with, I guess, a polychromos. So I'm going to do this ribbon. I sharpened it with my jar link. Look how sharp that is. Oh, and I have not sharpened the green ones since you saw me do it. And they barely went down at all, so that's good. The trick is to just go light when you start. And the problem is, after a while, you get tired. To go very light and soft and even takes more effort than doing it hard. It's because you want to tighten your wrist and tighten your grip and tighten your hand and go faster and get it done faster, and you have to catch yourself. Slow down, slow down. So that happens to me a lot. It's just like for me, when I write, I do better. I can only write when I can write more. It's hard for me to scale down and write shorter. It's just, I'm very detail oriented, and I like to put a lot of detail into things when I have to write something. Now this is a very light lavender, but we're going to see if it darkens. And I'm going to stop here, go back and do this bottom a little bit more. Put a little bit more of that color on now before I go to the next color. I'm going a little faster. And I am going to test this next on an Amazon paper for you. But Hannah Carlson is pretty good paper. All right, my next light test would be this one. I'm going to get on in here and do it. I have to say, I don't remember a year ago when I did my Brute Pruner on that other page, but I feel like they were completely different. I know, I didn't need the Brute Pruner 500 set. Like, you should see the case I have to keep them in. It's a mega monolith, like, and super heavy and bulging everywhere. It's like, I'm the kind of person that if I'm going to buy a pencil or marker set, I want every color there is. I don't want the partial sets or the half sets or the sampler sets. Because I know if I like it, I'm going to want a lot of variety. So I have to have all the colors because I'm a weirdo. I just feel like I'm missing out on something if I don't get the full set. You know what I mean? Kind of went too rough over here, but let me get this other light lavender color. Shoot, I didn't leave enough room for the white. I'm going to kind of go in a little heavier here with this one. I might have to do the white somewhere else. Do a little spot of white, maybe right there. I'm taking this light, I'm going up here, back over the, blending in with those darker colors we already did. And I'm going to put pressure down, but steady, long, even strokes. Messed up right there, darn it. I'm going to go very light here. Let me get that dark again and just darken the base here a little bit. And I'm going to go back dark up here, the darkest one again. Now let's get the white. I'm just going to do this little bit of white here in the middle. I'm going to do it hard too. See if it does very much. It's not, I didn't leave enough space to really test it. I'll do that on the other side, but it's definitely softening it a little. I do like how if you go light, you can do multiple layers. So I'm going back over it again. Even going over the white now with that lavender again. It's still taking it. All right. What do you think? Let me see how that looks in the camera. I need to do a little touch up. I can't, it's so dark in here actually. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest of this bow on camera. Pause it and you'll see the rest. Okay, I'm off camera and I just finished the purple bow. So I did not use a blending stump here. I did get a little more too much pressure. So this is gonna be another one of those pencils. Like I need to go in with another layer and get a little more of that tooth there. This is a good toothy paper. But overall, it has a nice color. It is blending. It's a light layer approach, so you just have to get used to the pencil. They're very smooth, good quality. I really like them. So now we're going to do the same colors we're going to do in Deborah Muller's Mermaids Around the World. I'm going to test that on some Amazon paper because of the fact that it's Summer month. So coming up. Well, already is, depending on when I release the video. I'm going to just go in with the same dark green I started with before, and I have not sharpened them. So I'm going to move my camera a little. So let's go up here. I'm going to do some of this seaweedy stuff over here. All right, Amazon paper, here we go. Have not sharpened them. It's still sharp. I mean, if you're doing light layers. Now this paper is a little more abrasive than that. Like that Hannah Carlson paper was, it was like smooth with tooth at the same time. It's hard to describe. This one feels more rough, the Amazon paper, and I can already see the colors going on a lot faster and easier. It's grabbing it more. Wow, I'm barely touching, and it's a lot darker than when I was barely touching on that other paper. So this really shows you paper makes a difference. I'm not having to work as hard. I'm doing that second green now. I'm going to go over this. Try to blend it in. Wow, I already like it better on the Amazon paper, which is surprising. I did not expect that. I don't do a lot of colored pencil on Amazon paper because I like markers, and this is going on very well. Let's get that. I can see how much faster I'm able to go. Let's get that third color. And I'm doing the same light pressure, and it's picking up a lot more pigment. Still don't think I picked the best color combo with these greens, but I didn't swatch it, so. It's going to get a good blend at the transition point here. Let's get that fourth green. I have 5 greens we're doing. We're going to work our way up to the lime green tips. Wow, I like this better on this paper. I did not expect that. It actually makes me want to do colored pencil on Amazon paper. And look, not a single crumb. No crumbs, nothing. Wow, paper really is everything, you guys. That's just blows my mind. All right, here's that lime. Can I tip it here with this? I'll do another one or two off camera and you can see the final effect. I wonder if the blending stick would work better on here too. I'm going to take that lime and pull the color down. Oh, wow, it's looks much nicer. Which is, I mean, I thought it was going well, like on the other paper, like it looked nice, but this is like, it just takes it so much better. I'm not having to work nearly as hard. And it's darker. That's so cool. Let's take that dark first darkest one again, get a little more dark at the base. We're going to see if we can go back over, build our color. Yes, we can. It's getting darker. All right. And I'm going fast because I don't want to bore y'all on this video, but normally I would not work this fast. Bringing in a little more darkness. Now, if you go over too many times, you might start getting some scratchiness over your lighter color with the darker one. I don't really even need that other layer. I'm just kind of seeing if it'll take more, and it keeps taking more. All right. I will link these pencils below. They were originally like 180. Now they've been down to 120. So that's because I was watching them for quite a while. So hopefully by the time you see this, they'll still be that price. And you can do the 5 payments of $20 using a firm. No interest or anything like that. Which is what I did. So I'm going to zoom out. See, you can't see I did. Let me go back in. Not the best of the 2 greens because, you know, you see too much where those 2 greens, there's too much tone variation between where one, the dark one, ends. Like I didn't get the exact right color combo, but all right, I'm gonna do some more of these off camera and you'll see a few more how they look together. And it's okay, so I did a little more of this seaweed. It took me like 10 minutes since I last paused. Didn't do the center one. I did actually use the blending stump, and I don't like the blending stump with these pencils. You see it left a little scratchiness. It looked beautiful before I did that. This one, I don't think I did. This one I did. You can kind of tell the difference. That was that first one I did. But yeah, definitely I like these pencils better on the Amazon paper. And I'm going to pause it for a second and do a little bit with that purple. Actually, no, I'm just going to show you. I'll do a little purple where you can actually see. Let's just do a purple on her mermaid tail, those same purples we did before. I'm going to just do real kind of quick and see, I'm doing it very light. This is such a difference in the last paper. I'm doing it light, long strokes, but the pigment is much more noticeable. Like the paper is taking the ink I give it versus I'm having to choke it down it, if that makes sense. I'm finding it much easier to color on the Amazon paper. I should have tried. Do I have any books nearby? I'm sure you can find some reviews of doing it like on Joanna Bassford paper, but honestly, if you have a variety of coloring books, then I wouldn't worry about it because, you know, you can test on your own books and then figure out which books you'd want to use them in. Like these pencils I'm definitely going to be using on my Amazon paper. I'm kind of just outlining her, doing it very quick style so you can see what happens when you do it faster. Just kind of go quick. I've just kind of going for it. Let's do the second purple. Still have not sharpened these. They really hold their point, I can tell you that. Going over it with that next color, I'm doing a little harder to see what happens. And again, I generally don't do like long strokes, but I want to get this done quick enough. Let's blend upward. Let's do a little bit up here. Normally I wouldn't do these long strokes like this, but just want to see what happens when I start applying some pressure here. This is not nearly on par with how slow I normally go. All right, let me get my lightest color. This one has more pink tone in it. Look at how well it's taking this color. Goodness. I love it. This actually makes me want to color pencils in my Turbo Molar books. I normally don't really like to do that much. Should have pulled another pink. I'm not gonna use the blending stumps up here on this. Let's see if I can, ready? Get some pressure. Let's see how dark we can go here. Oh. Full on experiment. Whew. Look at, oh my gosh, still holding that point. Pretty good. Hope you're not bored, tears, watching me experiment. Sometimes I'll come in with a Faber-Castell Pitt pen and fix anything that needs to be fixed. I'm really that was hard. I'm really doing it just as hard as I can just to see what happens. I do like generally the softer looks. My left a little streaky up here. Let me get my darker one. Oh, that's green. Now from here, you would just have to fix it up. I'm gonna actually pause this. All right, so I finished this body. I did a couple more layers, outlined it with the dark one more, the little fin tails up here, went to the medium, and that center one quite a bit. I have not used the blending stump. I went over the line, obviously, which is fine because that'll be blue water. There's actually still some more tooth I could even fill in here, which, you know, you can really get in there and just work on any little tooth areas you still see. But I can tell you, it did not make one crumble. One crumble. Blending stump here. There's green on it though. Let's see what happened. Oops, I'm off camera, you guys, sorry. I guess this isn't the best for the blending stump, but yeah, I'd say these pencils are really working nicely in the Amazon paper. They work okay in the Hannah Carlson Kulas paper, which is a little different paper than her adult books, but you know, again, you can still see the difference here. They both look nice. You just have to work them a little differently. This one I did the ultimate pressure. I was a little quick and sloppy about it, but I just wanted you to see. But either way, I think they look great. You see a little bit of like waxiness on it. Look, the shine. So these are excellent, excellent pencils. I'm going to do both of these full pictures in these pencils. You'll see them in the end and what I colored in April video. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll link these pencils below. If you end up getting them, let me know how you like them.